guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
They'll run here with Lindsey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Slam, slam, slam.
Pilot, 64, weak. Now.
He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A give running right, Lindsey. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 5. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 5. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Switch. Check.
General West.
Slam.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Shedding through the defense. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. And McManus able to put it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Get ready. Get ready. Put up. 180. Red, put. Man up, D. Slam. Tight dog. Alert.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. SOS. Alert.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Lock in. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boost.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. They'll roll him out right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The 3rd down run gets him nothing.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Hey, pick your game up.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Flushed out right, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
6-man. Check girl.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Give me the ball.
An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. After's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 39, Trubisky got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Switch, switch, switch. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Joker, 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 joker. Watch the safety. Hey, 18. Red, up.
Trubisky will throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Freeman, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now a carry for Lindsey. He is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder once once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield, here's Locke. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun on third down, Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2 for 1 without ever even giving up the football.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Come on, baby. Woo! 94 is the mark, 94 is the mark. You're not ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Move. 52's the mark. Five. 3 bucks. 552. Yep.
Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
18.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
18. 35, watch 35. Hey, dude. 94 is the mark. Come on. 94 is the mark. Alert. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard.
Let's get it.
At the 39-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run by Lindsey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joe Schobert charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Locke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. Oh, he sheds himself free. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check 99.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
At the 34-yard line.
Go. 94 is the mic. 94 is the mic. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Say. Under 10. 10.
Now it's Trubisky. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there.
Watch the screen.
Again on second and 10, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on third down.
To throw on third down. Locke letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 37. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Check 9, check 9. Move, move. Hey, 18.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 2.
16, Chiefs 14.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Go now. 60 outlaw. Who that?
Watch it.
6-6. Pull it high.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Topper!
Now to the air. Lock. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option. But let's face it,
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Matchbox lights. Hurry.
Now a give, right side. Lindsey. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, ball.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check 6 guys. Alert. That's mine.
Toss play, Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Smith.
94 is the mark. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 94 is the mark. Ran.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And a throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Blue. 94 is the mark. Hey, team 6. 94 is the mark. Watch the slant.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. K1 short. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense?
And now off to the races down the right right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Lindsey. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since.
Let's bring it. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I'm going back. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
They go play action. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Get ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Begin.
Trubisky to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 41, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line. Today's final score.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're